Welcome everybody to Papa Bojo's Kitchen. Today I'm going to make a German sauerkraut, a special kraut. This one's called Rotkraut or Blaukraut, depending upon which region of Germany you're from. And what it is, it's red sauerkraut. I've got one head of red sauerkraut that's sliced up thin, like this. You can use a mandolin, you can use a food processor. I like cutting it by hand, you do whatever you want. I've got a half of a large onion sliced into thin wedges. I've got one apple, a green apple, I've got diced up into pieces like this. These will end up dissolving right within the kraut. Then I've got 1 cup of apple cider. That's not apple cider vinegar, that's apple cider. I've got 3 tablespoons of red wine vinegar, 1 tablespoon of brown sugar. I've got a half a teaspoon of salt, a 1/4 teaspoon of ground cloves. If you don't have ground cloves, you can either grind your own whole cloves or you can use 2 whole cloves within the whole cooking mixture. I've got 3 to 4, depending upon the size, of allspice berries and 1 bay leaf. Let's get cracking. Let's make this in the pot. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to add some onions to some heated oil. I've got about 3 tablespoons of olive oil that I preheated in the pot, and we're going to stir these around until these get soft. When the onions start to get soft, I'm going to drop in my allspice berries, and I'm going to cook these in the oil a little bit just to help flavor the oil some. Now that the onions have softened a bit, I'm going to add all of the sauerkraut, or cabbage I should say. Next I'm going to stir all of this cabbage in and mix that with the onions. Next, I'm going to add in all of the apple pieces, and I'm going to stir those in real well too. Now I'm going to add in the cloves, the bay leaf, and the salt. And stir. Now I'm going to add in the apple cider as well as the red wine vinegar. And I'm going to stir. And finally, I'm going to add the brown sugar in. I'm going to break it up and I'm going to stir it in as well. I'm going to now bring this to a boil, then I'm going to turn it on simmer, and I'm going to let it cook down for about 30 to 45 minutes until all of the cabbage is nice and tender. So one thing I'm going to do, I'm going to call an audible here, and while this is cooking, I'm going to add in 2 links of smoked sausage, that's smoked kielbasa. You can use any type of German sausage or Polish sausage you want. Now that the sauerkraut is nice and tender and the kielbasa links are cooked, we're ready to plate. Let's now plate this great red sauerkraut. I'm going to take a couple nice spoonfuls here, put them on this plate. A couple links of the smoked sausage. Place that right on top. And we have a nice roll to go on the side. And there you have it. German Rotkraut or Blaukraut, depending upon what region, with some kielbasa. And excuse the messiness on the plate, but that's what you have. I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and I hope you join me again on another edition of Papa Bojo's Kitchen. Thank you again, everybody. Buon appetito. Goodbye.